I'm having my one.
Hello and welcome to the I'm Having My One Board Games podcast. The four of us are recently back from our AGM, our annual games meeting, where we have sat round a table, played a load of games, had a couple of drinks, and discussed upcoming planning for the podcast and for OneCon. Just a nice excuse to get away, the four of us, and it's been a wonderful time. So please join us as we tell you all about it. So we are now back from a wonderful glamping weekend. Just the four of us, big old pile of board games, and a bit of chat around the podcast. So, guys, we all had a good time.
It's glorious.
Oh, so good.
Uh,
So many games, yet still not enough games, though.
there's never enough.
Yeah.
There's never.
And I love whenever we do this, the optimism that we have with the absolute truckload of games that we take, and then we only end up managing to play like 6 or 7 games over the weekend. We even had wheelbarrows to cart the games when we got there. But yeah, no, it was superb as always. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, a great weekend. I can't wait for the next one.
All right, what are you doing next weekend?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be away with my family, but you know.
Same here. I think I might get abducted.
Yeah. So Seb and I turned up a little early because we are self-employed and it is easier to chat to your boss and get some time off. So we got there and we had a couple of games of Stalingrad, didn't we? What a good way to kick it off. So Seb and I have got a little campaign that we've been playing online, but it was nice to have a couple of games in person, which you absolutely dominated.
I did that one. Yeah, the one was it 1 or 2 games we got
We
to
played
play?
2 games. And...
Got 2 in. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did smash you, didn't I? Yeah. But I just playing the game, whether you're winning or losing, is fun with that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you guys at? What's the score?
3-1
running
to me.
tally. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, last one we played, Paul absolutely dominated me. I felt like it was.
Had enough.
Yeah,
I'd given him a chance.
I was giving me a handicap.
Yeah, it was a really tough mission for you. I have no idea how you'd manage that. But...
Well, you just played the mission right, I think. Had to just pull out, wave the white flag.
You've got to do that in that game sometimes, though. It is the best option to know when to withdraw is really important.
I just didn't think it was worth taking the casualties and the risk of like getting some of my good characters killed off. Just didn't want that to happen because there was no chance I was going to win. It was going to be really attritional if I did that. If I carried on, I didn't think it was worth it. Although Paul did say that there was like some rule where if you win 4 missions in a row, then the game just automatically ends. But I don't know. Maybe we've made that up.
I think he was just getting a bit fed up of losing by the sounds of it.
No, I thought I'd read something somewhere that at some point there's a like if you're just not winning.
I think the game can end early. I think it can end in fewer than 10 missions if one side is totally dominating.
Really? Wow.
Well, you know, it's thematic. If you've had all your dudes blown up, then
Yeah. Well, true, actually. Yes.
A lot of ones.
Well, I think we've had two quite close games, and then we've had two games where one each has dominated the other. So it could be going either way. This is how this game goes, isn't it? It's just it can be so tight,
and it's all on the dice, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's beautifully crafted. Like they don't want you to just do 10 missions, right, or whatever that is. They want you to see the full thing out. So it is fantastically balanced, I've found, to make it so someone sure might win 2 in a row or something, but then the other person has a really good opportunity to come back. Come back in.
Yeah, and that's how they balance the game so well, isn't it? By tweaking, giving you those advantages.
I suppose if you were being difficult, you could say, "Oh, does that subtract from some of the simulation of it that it prevents somebody from completely dominating, as might have been more likely in a historical scenario, perhaps. But from a play point of view, it's exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And you look at a lot of conflicts. Obviously, not all of them, but some of them do have that back and forth, don't they? And
Absolutely, yeah, because they get to the point where they've exhausted the momentum of their attack, and then counterattack and counterattack and counterattack and blah blah blah. So sure. There's
yeah,
examples for everything, so sure.
there are, and you can make them fit however you want. So after that, and Rhys turned up, and Tom joined us shortly afterwards.
Surely is probably
after
optimistic, isn't
We've
it?
rescued you from your losing streak
Well,
heroically.
we then moved on to a delicious dinner that Seb spatchcocked a chicken with a load of veggies from his very own allotment. So what a treat that was.
It was good.
Thank you for that. Food is very important, and snacks and stuff. You've got to keep up those energies when you're just sat around playing board games.
Exactly. We really needed all that protein of the chicken for the lifting the heavy pieces and stuff, right? So.
I mean, setup is quite arduous sometimes, isn't it? You've got to work those guns.
Exactly.
And then we played Fighting Fantasy Adventures, which is the new game by Martin Wallace, which is based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books, which is just a nice, easygoing co-op that people can kind of join in and play some characters. And
I forgot we played that.
Roll.
And that was
passed me by. Sorry,
that was hard. That was.
It was,
but
really
it needs to be. We've said it before. Like co-op games need to be hard, otherwise they're just boring, right? But that was hard. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Just
in that we just didn't do all of the map, and so we didn't have a certain thing at the end to kill a dragon.
Yeah,
that's what I think made it really hard, wasn't it?
I've now played quite a few of these, and I have first off introduced a house rule of with you can spend, because the game is so difficult, so you can spend luck to re-roll any dice. So combat is done as you take your sort of strength value, roll 2 dice, and then the monster takes their strength value, rolls 2 dice.
You rolled
dice.
The difference is subtracted. You can spend a luck to re-roll all of the dice. I've played it with my kids now, and they really enjoy it. But what we've kind of house ruled is you can spend a luck to re-roll any dice of your choosing.
Oh, nice.
Which gives you a bit of an advantage, but it's still not guaranteed.
Yeah, I like that though. That's a nice
nice
tweak.
And doesn't make the game too easy. I think my criticism, the more I played this game though, is it is hard, but it feels like in the couple of scenarios I've played, I don't want to go into them to give away too many spoilers, but it feels like each time you have to explore the whole map to get all of the things to have a chance of winning. If you don't do that, you will lose.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
It seems to take you a long time to get back to someone else. I joined the game, you were already playing it, but as I understood it, you got to one side and we were kind of going up, let's describe it on the table, up around the left-hand side of the table, and did we have to go all the way back to almost the start to be able to get back to where we needed to go?
That's kind of easy enough, as long as
there's okay
things on the way. You can, once you've kind of completed a room, you can move through it without having to read another card or do anything like that.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay, I misunderstood that. I thought we needed to. Right.
I think something that was missing from it, I did actually have a couple of funny bits of text in it, but I feel like the Escape the Dark series has more amusement in it and interest, and is a quicker game, and you still get the same satisfaction from completing quite a hard game or not completing it. as is quite often the case with like Escape the Dark Castle.
I quite like the humor in this game. I
was
mean, I
great.
remember the
There
blue
was something about a
candles.
ginger, wasn't there, which was really funny.
Yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, PC. But there was something about this blue candle that you get, and the guy who gave it to you made a huge thing of you'll know exactly when to use it, and then when we used it, it just did nothing. Just like I really like that. I thought that was quite funny. So yeah, the writing of it was good. I mean, it is very similar to Escape the Dark Castle in its kind of difficulty, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because it's, you don't know what you're going into in each room, and 9 out of 10 times it's going to be something bad where somebody's going to get into trouble. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was a good laugh.
It's fun, but although it's led to extra expense because I mean completely unnecessarily, but you have just a little round disc which represents your party that you can place on the cards. And when I was playing at the weekend, my daughter said to me, it's all really good, but I feel it needs minis, which, I feel good parenting on my part, right? If this is coming up. So I've I've now ordered off of Etsy a set of close enough of the characters in 15 mil scale, and then
nice.
I'll build it
That's
as a
fun.
diorama on one base.
Oh,
So
nice.
because the party has to move together,
Sure.
Yeah.
so I'll do it as a one base diorama with them all
Very
kind of
nice.
facing out
Lovely idea.
to fight. Which that's an extra 12 quid I didn't need to spend. Well done.
Yeah,
£1, £1.20. Sorry, just in case.
£1.20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then moving on from 15 mil minis to a bit of a Friday
Maxis.
night /
This
went on a bit
was
Saturday morning.
It was such an amazing surprise. So you guys kept it secret from Seb and I. We had no
You're
idea.
ahead of yourself. You're ahead of yourself. You're ahead of
I
yourself.
played the game before this, Rhys.
Did we? What did
Don't
we
forget
play?
the other
Nemesis.
big game.
Oh God, yes, of course. Yeah, that was the
remember us
first
playing till like
night.
I
2
mean,
o'clock in the morning.
absolutely fantastic.
I mean, that was special.
3D
Yeah.
printed board.
I went a little bit wild on Etsy and got just totally hooked on this 3D printed Nemesis board, and just every part of me was saying, you have to paint this. So I did buy it, and
Greta Thunberg just weeping at the amount of plastic that was on the table.
None of it's going in the ocean pool. It's all
it's not. It's not. It's long use plastic.
If it did, you could like literally go to sea in it. There's so much
you
there.
could sail boat this thing. And Seb, you've done an amazing job of just getting it all painted up nicely. Little blood splatters here and there. Fantastic. It looks so good.
It's great.
It all magnesizes together as well, so it just has these quite satisfying clicks as you're assembling it. And I've now moved on to painting the intruders as well, so I'm excited to play again, just like with the detail of them, because like just having them as grey is I think it doesn't add to the drama of the game, and it is a dramatic game. Loads of stuff's going on. I think if you've got this mega queen, as Paul just loves the queen, like shit, and she loves him. It's a marriage made in heaven.
Every time. Was it the third go?
Turn 3, I was dead, and then we used Tom's cheating rules to keep me alive, which lasted until turn 5.
I don't like player elimination.
No, I mean, in fairness, if it was just genuine player elimination, turn 3 is so early for that to keep.
We did have a really long game of that, because we played it for at least 3 hours that night, and then played it for about an hour at least in the morning as well.
Yeah, it was a long game.
But it's always good. It's always good. watching YouTube, I was doing this weird gesture a minute ago. It's the doors. I love the doors on it, Seb, that you've got the little slots in the 3D
Ah,
doors for putting the doors in, and the
and
whole like doors can slam shut, and you can switch out the to damaged ones and stuff.
the little you could put the noise tokens on
Oh, and the
top
noise token sat in it
as
as well, isn't
well.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
had
The guy
the
who's
Jeffries tube. I mean, just yeah, the whole thing was amazing.
the guy who's made it has done an amazing job of it, and it's like it's clear. I think he said it was the second version of it that he's
Yeah,
made.
right.
I
Right.
think he's made some improvements on this one, bit being Mark II. But what a designer is! He's really brought the inside of the Nemesis ship to life. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's a it's a good investment, I feel, because at least three of us really enjoy playing Nemesis.
I would like to say four of us enjoy playing Nemesis. One of us seems to like, honestly, a massive bag of tokens with one queen token sitting in it. Turn three, right? Come
Every
on,
time.
what can you,
Every time.
what can you?
I just love that you knew it was coming. You actually said, just pull out the queen,
Pull out
and
the queen.
then you did. And I remember the first time I played this with you, Paul, where you were like, "No, I just die straight away in every game I play," and I just didn't believe you. And now I've played it with you like 3 or 4 times. You do. It's insane.
Seen it in the flesh. Yeah.
But we all died in this one. No one, we didn't even come close, did we?
We got
It's quite
absolutely
rare.
slaughtered, didn't we?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
we played this time where once someone's dead, they can take over as the aliens, which makes a hard game really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
I think it's the first time the four of us have managed that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
And
I
was.
think it gives the dead person something to do and speeds up the game, I suppose.
Speeds
by
up everyone
getting
else
people off.
dying.
Yeah.
It just ends the game sooner, which is sort of the antidote to the player elimination thing, right? Is don't worry, everyone will be eliminated in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But there's a lovely bit in the manual, I can't remember the exact wording, that says you take over the alien, but if the aliens win, you don't win because you died. You just make sure no one else wins.
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Really spiteful.
Oh, brilliant.
And the other lovely thing about your 3D printed stuff was the engines that had the inserts that you could put in the engines to make sure that, to show which ones are working, which ones are not working. But I feel I mean, Tom, you died shortly after.
Yeah, such a shame. I had so much kit as well. I just rolled terribly. I was in a really good position, but then just rolled terribly.
Absolute disaster dice. But actually, Seb and Rhys, I felt you weren't far off doing it.
I got into so much hand-to-hand combat that I think I had like 13 infected cards or something. Or like, I can't remember what the cards are, but I think I had 13 cards and like 9 of them were infected.
Right, because you just kept going on and
biffing them.
Punching the aliens. Yeah.
No ammo left, but it
No
kept
ammo.
working. Though,
Yeah,
right?
just
It
killed, I
was.
think, 2
Pistol whipping
aliens.
them.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, always a good game.
And
It will be featuring at OneCon.
it will be. And but we'll include for those watching the video a couple of stills of Seb's awesome terrain. And I feel terrain really makes, it's those little, on those big thematic games, having a physical ship with doors that you can slam and stuff in that way, it just added to the ambiance of the game, I think. And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
£1.50 well spent, Seb. Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Just £1.50.
Look forward to playing that again, so I can hopefully make it to turn 4 before I die.
Just keep playing. You'll get to turn 16 or whatever it is eventually.
Yeah.
It's been one of my favourite adult investments, and probably my favourite thing since getting into board games, adult board games.
I thought you were going to go save since children. It's the next.
Well, that too, but yeah, just getting to paint it all has been really fun. Like just getting back into that hobby because it's something I used to do, and that very much that fell to the wayside. So yeah, just having a big project to
and you did a great job of painting it as well.
Oh, you're being very kind.
Look fantastic.
So, Rhys, if you now rewind to your enthusiasm of about 10 minutes ago, bring that back.
So the next game.
We then had breakfast.
We did
Yeah.
breakfast.
After Nemesis. Did we literally get up and start playing Nemesis before breakfast?
But there was some wonderful black pudding. So
we did.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Proper fry up. That was good.
Really good.
On the barbecue outside.
It's a really healthy weekend.
Along with all the snacks and stuff. So yes, we then, talking of miniatures, Rhys.
Well, this. I love this. I mean, you said that you had a surprise for Seb and I, and we had no idea. What was it called?
Ravenfeast.
Ravenfeast. Which, I mean, it was epic. All the terrain, you filled the whole table, had to bring out extra table just to kind of get it all in. We had a Viking ship. We had so many minis of like the Vikings and the Saxons. There was a little house, I believe. Some trees. It was just epic.
An interestingly designed cornfield.
Right, it was some floor.
It was a potato field.
It was a potato field. Well, we didn't have potatoes back then, or probably didn't have corn either.
I mean, the sea was amazing as well. Like,
it was good. Yeah,
fair play.
A really good job with the scenery of this.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
and it really played a big factor in the gameplay as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
It just screwed Rhys and I over completely.
Yeah, it really played into my hands.
Plan was
for those of you that don't know, Ravenfeast is a miniature skirmish game, which is designed by the guys who did Little Wars TV. It's meant to be an introductory to war. If you want to get into wargaming, it's some of the simplest rules.
Miniature war, like tabletop wargaming.
Tabletop wargaming, yes, rather than
Well, I was thinking more like a board game, war game, but sure.
Okay, right. So it's designed to be easy to pick up, and we'll put a link in the videos and stuff, but all the rule books and stuff are completely free to download, which is a wonderful thing they've done.
And you can really quickly on that point as well, if you want to get into this stuff and this what we're about to talk about floats your boat at all, you almost don't need to spend a penny, because if you can get hold of it, okay, print it out maybe, they even will give you some paper figures that you can print out of the Vikings and the Saxons, so you wouldn't even have to buy minis and paint all those. If you wanted to just give it a go, you could just fold some bits of paper up and it would do it. It's very cool.
Most of the pre-generated scenarios are 1v1, but we did a 2v2, which was loosely based on some of the Last Kingdom stuff, which was great. So Uhtred of
Edinburgh.
Destiny is all.
So you had Uhtred and Alfred attacking. Who was he attacking? I can't remember.
Tostig,
yes.
Tostig, yeah.
There was a hilarious moment, and potentially a big swinging point in the game, where we said, right, most of the Vikings are here, but some of the Vikings will turn up, and they will turn up anywhere along any of the coastal or river waterfronts. So you can set up wherever you like, but just remember there'll be a war band who will turn up next to the... And Rhys went, okay, good. I'm just going to run along the beachfront towards the beach. Because
maintain close proximity to the beach at all times. Yeah,
So
totally forgot that.
Rhys and Tom were
Terrible
trying to
teammates.
burn our longship, and we were trying to capture or kill Fred. And I have to. It was close though, wasn't it? I mean,
Who won in the end?
Yeah, over here, me and Paul.
It was
God.
fairly close.
I mean,
it was really
I
it
was
the turn.
I was lighting fires. I was running down the Viking ship, lighting fires with. Was it Paul? Were you chasing me?
Yeah,
Think
with
it
my
was.
last remaining character.
Yeah, I was just kind of moving just out of your reach, lighting another fire, and then you'd come.
Keep going.
Oh, it's good. It was good. I enjoyed that bit. I mean, we must have been close. Were we one fire away?
You were only one fire away from doing it. So.
We
Yeah.
ran out of turns, basically, didn't we?
We were both getting to the point
did
where
we?
all of our
Okay.
we were having to do routing tests, or I can't remember what it was, but our men kept on routing all the time because we'd lost so many of our people.
Do you know what it wasn't? It was King Alfred died in the end. That's what
He did.
Yeah.
All of his bodyguard ran away because most of your army had been sorted. And then he was left by himself.
That one plucky bodyguard that took us about 8 turns to try.
Oh, God, yeah.
This is what these little skirmish games do so well, right? Is they create. We talk about Nemesis a lot, about having these cinematic moments.
Yeah.
These little skirmish games do just give you those moments where, because of the luck of the dice roll, you can just have these characters who are just doing this incredible job of parrying this and stabbing that guy, and just fighting off a whole horde of Vikings by themselves. And this one guy just kept shrugging off the attacks again and again, and then eventually just was overpowered. And
he should have been the standard bearer.
Yeah, exactly. He was the color guard, that guy. Yeah, it was great. It was really good fun.
But fantastic and those kind of war games, once you've got a bit of scenery and stuff like that, and again, you can spend as much or as little as you like, and actually there are places that sell rivers and stuff, and yes, they cost a bit of money, but they look good. But
you can spend a fortune on it if you wanted to, but you just don't need
absolutely,
to.
if you've got the budget. But there are so many like YouTube channels and online blogs and stuff like that if you want to make your own scenery, then do that. So I made a sort of a rubber river and beachfront thing, and I have to say I had loads of, if it's your thing, it was so much fun to do.
And looked good. It didn't look like something just knocked together. It actually looked genuinely quite good.
Did you make the Viking ship as well?
No, that was
a
3D
kit.
printed. Yeah.
Ah.
So that came in the post.
And the cloth we played on, like, you can spend a fortune. You go to the expo, you spend a fortune on VSing a battle map. This was just a bit of
baize
green felt that bought for £6 online. So it's so cheap to just have a go at this stuff.
Yeah, and
it was fun. It was easy. It was so. The rules were not complicated really at all, right? It's all just. I don't know. I don't have this history myself, but people who've done Warhammer type stuff, I think it's kind of broadly in that realm that you roll a dice for an attack, and then I think there's an armor save sort of thing in Warhammer or those sorts of games anyway.
Yeah,
very similar to Warhammer.
It sort of just follows that same thing, and it's as simple as that. And it's just D6s. We're not dealing with anything more complicated than that, really.
And the nice thing about these historical, or it's worth saying, in Ravenfeast you can introduce mythic Viking beasts and creatures and stuff. So
like a troll.
There is ways of doing that, but because it's just a rule set, there are enough different types of miniatures out there that you can kind of pick up what you want, get things that kind of look right, suit your style of army, and potentially save yourself a bit of money. If you want to play Warhammer, absolutely fine, but unless you've got a 3D printer, you're largely limited to buying the Games Workshop merch, which does have a price tag on it. You know, I personally prefer that kind of more, historical, have the Vikings land on the beach and
Well, we're big fans of Last Kingdom, right? We love that TV show. And going back to what we were talking about in the previous episode about Star Wars, that you sometimes it's a bit of why play these games, why people play video games, riding around on a horse as a cowboy in Red Dead Redemption, right? It's just it's escapism, it's living out a fantasy of playing that, right? And so you've watched the TV show of Uhtred and Father Bjorka and everyone just doing their thing. It's great to just put that on the table and shake a few dice and live it. It's fantastic. I'd watch in the lead up to us playing this. Paul and I knew that we were going to play it, and I've been watching Last Kingdom up until the day, and it's just brilliant.
And Rhys, it's worth saying your Uhtred character was devastating.
He's so good at attack.
God, he was, yeah, loved him. Going back to that cinematic, it builds these heroes. I mean, he was a hero right from the off, right? He had some pretty good stats compared to a lot
best
of the
character
other.
on board.
I think he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like he had two. He rolled 2 dice for this, that, and the other. Anyway, yeah, loved it. It was great. And thank you for the effort that you guys put in pulling all that together.
It was a real treat.
It was a lot of fun. Although one thing that, and I don't think people probably discuss this enough when talking about these types of games, is the cardio side, because you are, usually board games, I'm used to just sitting, eating a snack, leaning over the table. Whereas this one, I mean, we were running laps around the table,
So it's so exciting.
getting our measuring sticks out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's quite good about wargaming, isn't it? You're standing up, you feel really involved. And
you definitely feel more engaged. Yeah, you
just by
definitely feel
standing.
more engaged.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've talked, I think, with Tom about this. Is I would like to build myself my own gaming table, and I think actually Geek and Son are doing a similar thing now. But for the frame, I would like to get a adjustable standing desk like they have in offices, with the digital raising of the table, so you can have it low down for board games, and then press
Nice.
and have it just that little bit high. Just at our age, we've got to be considering our lower backs for
Always.
for this sort
Yeah.
of. So yeah, if it can be brought up to just sort of slightly above gut height, it'll be a lot easier to play.
Don't you want it slightly below so you can rest it on?
Rest the just
Rest
a little
the gut on.
Like
Yeah.
a paunch on
paunch perch.
I don't know. You'll crush the minis.
I'm sure Uhtred was round here somewhere.
Oh no, he's in your belly button.
And on that note, let's move on. So a more fantasy themed game that is something I think the books are great. I think the video games are great, and that is The Witcher Old World. And so, Tom, you introduced us to this game.
Yeah, I was really keen to play this with you guys. Obviously, we play so many games, and this is a good opportunity to do something a bit different to some of the games that we play on the pod. And I've played it, I don't know, 6, 7 times now, and there's quite a lot there that's interesting. And I think we kind of enjoyed it, but it is, it's just a little bit, well, it's a bit like that, really, isn't it? It's just that the game just lacks a bit of something. And we'll talk about something I've found out since then we played it. But I think we all came away thinking, yeah, it's all right, but it's not a super exciting game, right? It feels like it's missing something again. It's just not quite there.
Yeah, I'm glad I played it. I felt I got it out of my system. And it kind of came out a similar time to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Obviously another massive video game franchise. and yeah, I was very middling on Skyrim. I feel this did a slightly better job, but yeah, it wasn't quite there.
I think one of the problems I've found with it is that I think it's trying to be a big campaign game squeezed into a 2 hour
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And so big part of the video games or any of these games like that is going around and leveling up and um, going into different areas. Like in the video game, it'd be open world sort of, and you'd go around and you'd do this little mission and a side quest and all this kind of stuff. And that obviously takes ages and ages and ages to do that. These are games that people put hundreds of hours into. But with this, it's something they're trying to compress into 2 hours, and that just meant it just lacked some depth. It just was a bit soulless, really. That it just was a bit too like it's not the right expression, really, but it was just a bit too much of a process. Is that you just to go to the point in which you are getting the victory points by fighting monsters or other witches. You go around and just all you need to do is just go to this location and level up. You just don't know to do anything. You just go there and you get some extra fighting points. So you're gonna be better at doing that. And then you could on your turn go, right, now I'm gonna move away from this location, do what I can do there, and now I'm gonna move back to that location and get another point. I think I did find one other side thing is you're not actually really meant to do that too much. I think we did bring that into our game, but I've had it in the past where you just do that loads and then you just not do anything with your turn, right? You might as well just go, right, there you go, there's 3 cards. Can I go up 3 levels? So it kind of misses that. And you, the monster attack is good. Like the combat, I think is good. I do really like what they do with those combos
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
where
with the
you
with the card
deck
combos.
building kind of thing, right? We're trying to build your deck out to be able to um, defeat the monsters by linking cards. They've got these little tags on them, and you link cards together to do combos like any sort of video game would have. But you also get to a point where it's easy. Like there's not any a little bit because you're going around and leveling up so easily. It's just too easy to see that even the level 3 monsters, you go into it and you go, actually, do you know what? More likely I'm going to win this than not. And you only need to really fight 3 monsters and you're basically there. Done it. So
Mm.
it just misses a bit of something. Any thoughts from you guys? Anything to add?
It's same thoughts. It's just too easy and not enough. Well, another way of saying too easy, not enough challenge. Like you're saying, when you're going to get those upgrades, um, most of the time you're just having to go to that location. I think on some some places your own special ability you had to go to
Yes,
your
something you have to
own.
pay a bit of money towards and that
Yeah,
kind of, but again,
I mean, yeah, there were little things, like at the end of your turn, you pick the town or the forest card, and it might give you a kind of side mission to do. And but with the side missions, you usually had two options of, do you want to do this side mission or do you just want to get a little bonus now? So that obviously it's obviously all geared around just having a quick game.
yeah.
Like you're saying, it's a big. I'm just kind of reiterating what you've already said, to,
Well, they
to
just
be
they kind
honest.
of well, I mean, I'm a fan. Yeah, just tell me what I said.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
that is it just feels all
Uh,
those side quests just feel a bit inconsequential. They're just you could do them great, just choose the easy option. Yeah, it's a shame because there's some really good bits in it, I think. Some really nice ideas, but it just doesn't come together. And we're hugely thematic. I don't know the video games or books, but from the TV show bit that I know that's on Netflix, it does seem like it kind of fits the world quite
mm,
well.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they've done a really good job of that. And even to the sort of the magic powers and the potions and stuff, it they've kept to the game well,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think the ball game just falls a bit flat.
So
Yeah.
what I've found out since we played, I posted it on Instagram a bit and asked people's opinion, and surprisingly, people answered, and they said you just got to do get the expansions. So there are a number of different expansions, and one of the people who said this to me was a bit frustrated about it because it's in that realm of, this probably should just come out with the main base game, and it is a game that does that very annoying thing where there is a whole Witcher starting place on the map that you can't use because it's not in the base game. You have to buy an expansion to get it. But the two that I'll talk about quickly, which is
Ah,
it's
that's
annoying, it's
scummy,
annoying,
that is.
right? It is, it is. The two that I've looked at. Firstly, one of them slightly deals with the problem we're talking about with the monsters, is it gives you some new monsters to trail, but it also then within the decks that you build your monster fighting decks, which are normally just fairly generic, you're going to do this much damage, that much damage, is it puts three special abilities for that monster into that deck. So there is which are just shuffled in, so you can in theory get them all
Ooh.
three in a row. So you then can suffer the impact of that unique character's attack. That apparently makes that a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
There is also then another. There's a couple that just kind of add more stuff. You can get mages and you can get other, like there's a sea and island stuff. But one of the other ones is a fully co-op mode, which I think it's called the Wild Hunt, and that's
Oh,
which I think
interesting.
is maybe I think it's one of the titles of the one of the video games, isn't it? And that you play fully co-op against a set of roving, pretty tough monsters, which again both sound interesting. I don't know if it's enough though, because these are like 30, 40, 50 quid expansions that I'd have to get. And if it's no good, don't know.
To
Yeah.
then play
Yeah.
a short 2 hour game. So I've
Right.
been looking at Mythwind, which
Sure. Yeah.
is I think is the game that
It's the
maybe
game that never ends. That's what it's called,
it's
that
the
one.
game is the game that never ends, but I think is potentially the game that we want this to be, that you can play a session in an hour or two, but
Right.
it is completely open world sandbox where you're
Mm,
choosing your own missions, going on your own side quests, and yes, in theory, you could play the game kind of forever without it ending.
mm.
Um, uh, I have to say, I've been very, very curious, very tempted, but I think I've got too much other stuff to play, so I think it'll have to sit on the back
Put
burner.
it on the list. Put it on the list. But anyway, really grateful for the opportunity to play it. The time is precious at these, and choosing what you play is always tricky. But yeah, it's good to be able to play that with you guys.
And then the kind of final game on our Saturday, after we were nice and full from a glorious dinner, thank you, Rhys, uh,
Oh, yeah.
Was
which was
good food that.
amazing, kind of deconstructed burger and rice dish, which was
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
really good. That, thank you. Um, we then played Route Light, which is Ahoy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. And maybe I'm quite keen we play this for the podcast at some point. So I'll maybe keep this relatively short. Is that it is kind of like Root, like Pirate Light Root, and it's from Later Games, not from the same design team, but from Later Games, who publish Root, Leader Games, Later, Lederhosen games, and the have four factions. Two of them are actually kind of the same, but you've got three distinct types ways of being able to play, and you're kind of going around trying to get fame points really. And it's the first person to get 30 fame for being the best pirate, and it's a bit of an area control for two factions. One of them is again, if we think of Root has having its origins in a game like a coin game where you have like a government faction. There is in Ahoy a sort of like dominant faction, and then you have a less dominant faction. So if thinking Root, this is a bit more like the birds, I suppose. But they have other abilities of what they can do to try and counter that strength of the main faction. And then you have the vagabond style factions, which are the smugglers, where you go around doing something completely different. I say I think there's enough interest for me in there that I'd like us to have another proper game of this. We played quite late on, pretty tired, and actually
Yeah.
got some rules really quite badly wrong.
Yeah, you
Um,
Yeah.
and Reese really suffered for that, didn't you?
Yeah, and I've played it more recently, and we both played it as a smugglers, Rhys, and there's so much more to do, as you can understand, when you're not robbing your actions, and that with dice, and that is true for everybody. By the way, that I've worked out since is the one thing for listeners is what we were doing wrong, is that we were making the island actions require dice, which you just don't need to do. So everybody, if you're recruiting crew, or in our case as a smuggler, the main thing is getting and selling the cargo, is you don't have to use dice for that, and so we were just hampering the actions that we could do, so we were way behind. But anyway, I think there's a lot of good stuff there, so I think we'll probably come back to it.
And Seb, you got to play as the most aggressive faction, which
suits me just fine.
you, yeah. Did you have a good time with that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was enjoying it. It's quite nice just moving around the map and dominating people, quite like that. But also, I don't like eliminating people, and so this game's nice for that because you just pushing other people's stuff off of a board and then putting your stuff on, and someone else comes along and steals something else that you've got on the other side of the board.
Yeah,
it's quite nice. Yeah, I'd like to play it again.
Good, because we
will. And by this time, it was Saturday night and it was sleepy time. So we all tucked ourselves in, had a nice peaceful night's sleep. Woke up in the morning, tidied up our little glamping tent, and we finished with a cheeky game of Flip 7, which is really popular right now.
It's so good. It's so good. Has it won Spiel des Jahres yet? I haven't looked.
I
should probably look. Remember how we keep saying we should do board game news?
Yeah.
I think if it hasn't,
so Rhys, you were introduced to this, I think, first time. Did you enjoy it? A little push your luck game?
Loved it. Yeah, really good. Filled that time slot perfectly, which is what a filler game does, right? So yeah, no, it was really good.
It's so great. It's such a good game for that sort of situation.
Easy to pick up and enough variety in those kind of cards, the power cards that you can play, like the freeze and the, you have to draw more cards and that kind of thing. So it made it interesting enough for a short game to want to play it a few times in a row. So no, it was really good.
And because it's a game of push your luck, because it's a game of chance, there are those moments, are there, where someone gets eliminated or might get a really good card, and bit of banter and stuff like that.
There was a lot of laughing. It was it was good fun.
Perfect sort of like last 10 minutes before we had to drive home.
You're just involved with every single person's turn, in that you're really engaged in what each person's doing. So it makes a quick game even quicker because you're getting so much action from it, aren't you?
Yeah. And you're not waiting forever for a turn. They come around very quickly, and then you're out. So
yeah.
It's a perfect way to end.
Yeah. So all in all, lovely weekend. Within that, we also managed to talk about OneCon. So for those of you coming, we'll come September be having OneCon news for you about events and things coming up. But yeah, absolutely spot on, perfect weekend, perfect getaway, and hopefully we can do it again next year. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for indulging us as we chat about our luxurious games weekend we had away, just the four of us. It's worth noting we are sponsored by Chaos Cards. There'll be a little discount code for those who want to shop at Chaos Cards and want to support the podcast. So that'll just be in the description of this episode. Check it out. Check out Chaos Cards. We love them. And then that wraps up our episode. So thank you for listening. We've been the I'm Having My One podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm having my one.